What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Mikhael, and today I'm going to be talking about some new cards coming out. A whole new archetype, in fact. And so, I haven't read any of these cards. I just know that, they're a new archetype, and they're supposed to be based on Nordic mythos. So, let's just jump right into it. First card we have is Mardle, Generaid of Light. Is a level 9 light planet effect monster, 2400 attack, 2400 defense. You can only use the second effect of this card's name only once per turn. You can only control one Mardle, Generaid of Light. Second effect is if you normal or special summon, you can add one plant monster from your deck, or one plant monster or one Generaid card from your deck to your hand, except for itself. Okay. Adds a plant or a Generaid. That's pretty good. It's the searcher for the deck. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more ways of just like special summoning things out for free, even though this one doesn't do it itself. But I'm going to assume that they're going to have other cards that do it for them, and hopefully they'll be like somewhat consistent in order to do it. But I really like the artwork on her. Yeah. Next is Rodier, Generaid of the Sword. Is a warrior. You can only use the second effect of this card's name only once per turn. You can only control one Rodier, Generaid of Sword. I think they're all going to have that, so I'm just going to stop. I'm going to start skipping the first. You can only control one. Second effect is a quick effect. You contribute any number of Generaid monsters and or warrior monsters and target that many monsters on the field. Destroy those monsters, and your opponent can draw cards equal to the number of monsters they controlled that were destroyed by this effect. Destroying cards is good. Maybe this is an OTK deck where them drawing that many cards isn't going to matter, but you still have to tribute that many monsters to get it to work, and then you're losing your board. I don't know about that one. It doesn't really seem that good to me, because you're giving your opponent advantage and you're losing your board to do it. If it was like destroy it and then they drew cards, it might not matter because you could OTK. You might be able to OTK. They can't use the cards anyway. But yeah, I don't like it. You're giving your opponent too much advantage. You're going so minus for it. Anyway. Diverge, Generaid of Iron. You only use the second effect of this card's name only once per turn. Its second effect is a quick effect. You can contribute any number of generated monsters or machines, special summon, in defense, the same number of generated monsters and or machines from your hand that have different names from the tributed ones. Okay, so this like tribute one, special summon the other. So apparently they have like a tribute-like effect of the type and then the archetype, which reminds me of the Dragon Rulers a little bit, but they don't have like 8 effects and they don't have ways to summon themselves so far. That's pretty neat. This deck doesn't really scream power to me. It screams like you throw these in other decks, It doesn't seem like it'd be a very good archetype yet. I haven't read all the other cards yet, so who knows? Naglfar, Generaid of the Flames. Level 9, Fire Beast effect monster, 3100 attack, 200 defense. Hey, it's a rekindling target. You only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If a card would be destroyed by battle over card effect, you destroy one Generaid monster or Beast Warrior monster you control instead. Okay, protection. They like board and Raigeki or whatever for you. You just pop one instead of all of them. Okay, that's pretty neat. There's any card too, so if you try to destroy like spells and trap cards that you might have, you could also destroy like a different monster just to save it. I mean, I like it better than the warrior one so far, but so far the best one is the searcher for the plant. So, Nidhogg, Generaid of Ice, level 9, Water Worm effect monster, 2100 attack, 2600 defense. You only use the second effect once per turn. When your second effect is when your opponent would special summon a monster or monsters, quick effect, you contribute one Generaid monster or worm monster you control, negate that special summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. Okay, that's really good. It only hits inherent summons, but being able to negate a special summon, like a clutch special summon, could like come in so handy. Even if you, since you can only do it once, but even then, you can, if you know what to negate, like you know what you're going up against, you know how to stop it. That one could just do it, and you it doesn't say another, so you can attribute it itself to do it, and nothing else. You have at least one negate per turn, or one negate once. So far, the best one are the plant monster and this one, and more. It also says monsters. So if they pendulum summon, you can get him. That'd be pretty cool. But if they pendulum summon into this, that's their own problem. All right, next is Hell, Generaid of Death, level 9 Dark Zombie Effect monster, with 800 attack and 2900 defense. And its second effect which you can only use once per turn by name. Contribute one Generaid monster or zombie monster you control, and target one Generaid or zombie monster in your graveyard with a different name than attributed, and special summon in defense. Okay, special summons one from the graveyard. So far there's like 3 good ones, and then the rest are pretty mediocre. Attributing one might suck, but I guess you could like you still get a special summon one back, so maybe you just tribute, I don't know, the warrior here, and then special summon the plant one back, and then you get to search. That'd be pretty cool. Next, Jormungandr, Generaid of Eternity, which is the World Serpent. I know that much. It is the World Serpent in the Nordic mythos. The one that killed Thor, I believe. Anyway, rank 9 Earth Reptile Xyz effect monster with question mark attack, question mark defense, requires 2 or more level 9 monsters. You can only use the third effect of this card once per turn. You can only control one of it, and its attack and defense are equal to the number of Xyz attached to this card times 1,000. Quick effect, you can detach one material from this card. Each player draws a card. Then each player that drew a card chooses one of those cards from their hand or field, and you attach those chosen cards to this card as Xyz material. Okay, so it gets really big, and it draws you a card. Okay, it's fine. You just punch. That's basically what I think of it, is it gets bigger and punches face. And it doesn't actually give your opponent advantage. What it does is it like goes even with the cards in your hand, and if anything, it doesn't take a card away from your opponent since they draw one. But it's still, and it lets them filter, which kind of sucks, but it also lets you filter and like search for more answers. And it's a quick effect, so you can do that and draw at least 2 cards. Because you use it on your turn, draw a card, get 2 more materials, it'll go to 3,000. And then on their turn, you can detach, draw a card, and go from 2,000 to 4,000. So it gets big pretty fast, but and kind of messes with your opponent's resources, but it also can give them answers too. So far this deck is not looking great, but this deck does look cool from like design perspective. Next card is a field spell, Generaid Sage. Rest in peace, Terraforming, by the way. You can Only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Once per turn, if your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, you can special summon one Generaid monster from your deck. Okay, never mind that drawing cards for this is really good. Because you draw a card, you take a card, then you get another card from your deck. During your opponent's turn, if you special summon a Generaid monster, special summon attack position as many tokens on the field as possible, but destroy them during this turn's end phase. So if you summon one on the end, or you can summon on the thing, and then on the end phase, you'd lose all the tokens. You summon so the idea is you special summon one this turn, then you special summon a bunch of tokens so you have like tribute fodder. Alright, for their effects. That's pretty neat. Almost all of them are quick effects, are they not? Quick effect, protection, quick effect. Okay, so that means that this deck is going to be more reliant on their field spell. So far, I don't see a way to search the field spell. Besides this one will search the field spell, and it's probably what you're going to get most of the time. But the field spell is probably like their best. The field spell and the searcher are the best cards so far. But the problem is I'm not seeing too many ways to special summon them out, really. So like I said, maybe we'll just have to see what where the cards lie and what more support they get. So the next card is a continuous spell card. Second effect per turn, while you control a token, your opponent cannot target Generaid monsters for attacks. If a Generaid effect monster is battle, your opponent draws one card. That's to work with the field spell more. There needs to be more of a punishment though for them, because you're making them draw cards, and so okay. Anyway, I'll just continue. So this spell card, normal spell card is Generaid Quest. Like this card's name once per turn. But so far, anyway, yeah, I think that you're giving your opponent cards, so you're either gonna need an OTK. This deck is gonna either need an OTK really hard, or it's gonna have to find a way to punish them more for drawing cards. But yeah, so we're gonna go Generaid Quest. Reveal one Generaid monster from your hand if you add up to 2 Generaid spell and or trap cards from your deck with different names except for itself, then place the revealed card on the bottom of your deck. So it replaces this, and the card you reveal puts it with 2 spell and trap cards, which so far grab the field spell and maybe one of the trap cards, because I don't. This doesn't seem very. Anyway, what's the trap card? First trap card is Generaid Battle. You can activate this card's name once per turn. Activate one Generaid field spell from your deck, then your opponent draws one card. Okay, that's pretty good actually, because this won't miss timing because of the way this card works. So you special summon it from your deck or graveyard. That's important too. And then you get from your deck, graveyard, draw a card, and then the field spell effect will kick in, and then because it can't miss timing, and then you get a special summon one of the dudes from your or one of the things from your deck, which means you can special summon a monster on your opponent's turn too. Special summon on your opponent's turn, then you get as many tokens as possible in order to use the rest of their effects. So what you could do, in theory, is activate this card on their draw step. Activate Generaid Stage. Generaid Stage's effect will activate since they drew a card, and special summon one Generaid monster from your deck, which you special summon this one, and then you tribute all the tokens that you get, and then you can dump your hand. That would be pretty sweet. That'd be pretty. That'd be a pretty awesome turn. Another awesome turn, or you could do that on the ends, or like on the end phase. That'd be pretty cool. Next is a continuous trap card, Generaid Territory. You can only use, it's a continuous trap card. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect, in response to the activation of a Generaid card and or effect, you can discard one card, and if you do, that opponent's card effect becomes each player draws one card. Okay, so that's a form of negation. You're giving them a effect, you get to draw a card, but at the same time, you're drawing a card as well, and if you have your field spell out, you get to special summon a monster and draw a card. So, okay, so I see what the point of this deck is. You're giving them cards, but you're breaking the center, you're trying to break the symmetry and the downside of your opponent drawing cards with your field spell. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Wait, hold on. It says you can only use a second effect of this card's name once per turn, so every time they draw a card, you get a monster? Well, never mind. That's pretty nuts. That's actually nuts. Hold on. Alright, time out. That just changed the whole game. The deck is completely reliant on the field spell, but you have Terraforming at 1. Kinda sucks. Metaverse at 1, which kinda sucks. Their trap card, that's great. That's fine. You have a spell card that searches this out as well. You have so many ways. Never mind, this card's way better. This deck is actually, like, way cooler than I thought, because I didn't... For whatever reason, I just kept thinking... Oh, no, it says once per turn anyway. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. Never mind, ignore me. Ignore me. I'm an idiot. So yeah, next is Generaid Bite. You can activate a card with this card's name only once per turn to be any number of generated monsters and target one XYZ monster you control. Choose an equal number of generated monsters except for the token from your hand, field, and or graveyard and attach them. I probably wouldn't play that one. So yeah, this deck is weird, different. The idea is like you're trying to break the symmetry and trying to special summon out these big monsters. Maybe I'll have a deck profile and maybe I'll play it just to try it out for you guys later. Anyway, that's it for today. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send us any cool deck profiles or replays, go ahead and send them in. Our email's in the description as always. We'll probably feature them on the channel. There's at least like a 99% of it chance of it. And of course, have a wonderful day.